It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors, beware as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
And also we got the Merman, where usually I comment on his t-shirt, but he's got his hoodie zipped up because it's freezing cold down here.
Someone doesn't have a furnace.
Yeah, what can you do? It's like spring, summerish. It should be warm down here, but it's
And we live in Canada, so, you know, it's always cold.
Oh, you're flying the colors. Nice.
Because you make
Look
funny.
at this. Film rage for everybody.
You make funny when I wear other t-shirts. So
I never make fun of you. I make fun with you, Murray.
Yeah,
that's where
right.
you're.
Yeah.
That's where the disconnect is.
Yes.
I make fun with
I
you,
don't think so.
not
That's-
of you.
It's the thing.
It's only with if the other person's laughing too. Just saying.
It's not my fault that you don't have a
hurt,
sense
Bryce.
of humor.
Words hurt. Just saying.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on. And we're already off the rails.
Thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please like, subscribe, share, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform. Or support us and join the Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/FilmRageYYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible, 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 terrible film. And we'll watch it if played anywhere in the world in a cinema, and it's not a kids movie. Intentionally kids movie.
Like If.
Nothing like If.
Not a kids
If
movie.
is not a kids movie.
I beg to differ.
Well, because you haven't seen it, you've got nothing to say.
right.
Maybe I have.
Now let's get to Rage. Okay then.
And it's a kids movie.
It's totally not a kids movie.
the kiddiest movie I've ever seen.
Never. Not in one
Oh, you
second
obviously
of
didn't go
it.
see Garfield then, which also came out this week.
That's pretty kiddie.
Pretty
It's
kiddie.
animated. It's animated. What do you expect? I don't do animated. That's my
I've
line.
seen my share of pretty kitties in my day.
Yeah, me too. Oh!
Hey, what's
What
that?
the amazing Murman predict? What the amazing Murman predict? Will he predict the rage or will he predict the mondo? He will tell us all what Bryce and Jim saw at the movies. Now everyone take a listen as Murray comes swimming to you. Swim, Murray, swim, Murray.
I gotta tell you, I was on Team Murray for the longest time with this song, but it's growing on
You
me.
picked it.
No, I'm talking about the whole package with the Jim lyrics and the whole deal.
No.
I'm,
I still hate it.
I think I'm on Team Jim now.
I still hate it.
Prince Murray.
All right, let's make this quick. So yeah, Jim and I went to see Furiosa.
Furiosa.
And, I don't know, AVX, Laser Ultra, some shit like that. they charge us
whatever.
Extra for.
Potato.
And I think we sat too close, even though we were in like the third row where the aisle was. I think we should have went back a couple of rows. 'Cause
And that Murray wasn't wearing his glasses.
I didn't need to. It was a huge screen.
Very big screen.
I just don't like staring up at a screen. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Some stuff I like staring up
Furiosa. I enjoyed some of it. I think Bryce probably didn't.
Oh.
Considering the amount of action that's in it and the lack of any kind of a plot.
Oh.
There's not a lot of plot.
I
That's
think
true.
Bryce maybe raged on that one.
Wow.
And I think Jim, because I know he likes to enjoy himself, might have enjoyed it a little to a man.
Ah, very interesting. Very
The
interesting.
next one, Hitman, which I'm now regretting after talking to you guys.
Okay.
I thought you gave it a meh, but I don't think it was even that good. So yeah, double meh.
Yeah, we did kind of talk a little bit before the podcast. It might give an indication of what we thought of it.
Might be wrong on that one.
But, you know,
You might be right.
You might be right.
You may be right.
You
I
may
may
be-
be crazy, but it might be a lunatic you're looking for.
See,
I
now
barely
you're
got
singing
that
one
out.
I know.
There we go. Billy Joel.
Most times you sing stuff I don't have no idea what
Well,
it is.
but you should join in then.
Anyway, the last one, Babes, which I did see
Babes.
like 10 minutes of at the festival.
Did you?
did you?
Ah.
And it looked freaking weird, and I'm guessing those two, the comedy troupe, were actually supposed to be funny in parts.
Okay.
So I think you guys might have loved that one. Let's go double mondo.
You realize we typically don't like comedies.
I know, but this is a weird one.
You know what? I'm digging what you're laying down, Murray. Let's see how you did.
And it was a cuff film
It was a cuff film.
that you didn't see.
That's correct.
True.
You know, this music of all of our music is definitely prance-tastic. People could definitely prance to this.
I kind of like the streaming music we don't play anymore.
It's good.
That was a good tune.
We'll play it again someday.
We should bring that back for something else.
You know what? There's always a future pandemic on the horizon.
Exactly.
And so, we may be a completely streaming podcast.
Yeah, we'll all be locked in our rooms under a blanket at some point, fearing that we're going to catch the next deadly whatever.
Will it be Furiosaing?
I don't know. Anyways, I don't have an agenda.
A clue?
Is that what we're doing? Furiosa?
And you're talking
Furiosa.
first.
Oh, I'm talking first. Oh,
Yeah,
this
there
should
you
be
go.
good.
Do you forget what it's about, or should I explain it to you?
Honestly, I got a few things jotted down here.
Nice.
You guys could try to probably fill in the blanks for me, but here's what I thought of Furiosa. It was like Fury Road, but less amplified. Every character, every set piece, every automobile chase, and even the story was just a lesser version of Fury Road. Anya Taylor-Joy did nicely as the younger Furiosa. Liam Hemsworth was good as whatever his name was. What was his name? I don't even remember.
Who's Liam Hemsworth?
Or it's not Liam. Chris Hemsworth.
But
Who's
Liam was also in it?
His name was Dementis.
Dementis. Did I say Liam Hemsworth?
You said Liam.
That's
He was
funny.
in Hunger Games.
Yeah, whatever.
One's blonde and one's a brunette.
They're all
how can you get
Hemsworths.
that wrong?
Chris, Liam. What's the other one?
Luke. He's the older one.
Luke's the older one?
Yeah.
Okay, who's Thor?
Thor is Chris.
Okay, who is
He's
in
the
this?
more famous to Chris.
Wasn't this Liam?
No.
Liam's the one that was in like that war movie that we watched with Russell Crowe.
Sure.
Wasn't he in this?
No.
This was Chris?
Yeah.
Chris.
This was Thor?
This was Thor.
Oh, I think you're wrong. I got to look this
I'm
up.
pretty sure I'm not.
No, it's 100%.
Now you're just playing.
Yeah, because Murray knows
you
every Hemsworth.
Are you serious? This was Chris Hemsworth?
Yes.
Well, he was way too good to be Chris Hemsworth.
Thank you for that. See? Words hurt, Bryce. Words hurt.
Hurts who? Chris Hemsworth?
Me. I'm a huge Hemsworth fan.
Anyways, that aside, the grand vision of Fury Road with its larger-than-life explosions of color and sound was not matched by this prequel. Still, I had not had Fury Road. If I didn't have Fury Road to compare to this, I probably would have enjoyed it a little more. But as it stands, Furiosa was I don't know, it was fine. I didn't hate it. I'd never watch it again. I might watch Fury Road again.
Well, I happened to watch both of them in a very short period of time.
Well, then you probably like this even less, I'm guessing.
There is possibly some truth to that.
Well, let's find out.
So,
Spill it, Jim.
Miller has a way of creating amazing wasteland scenescapes, cinematography, and battle scenes in a way that are particularly spectacular. What he doesn't do is often use time and space correctly, science correctly, and in particular, put attention to detail of a dystopian future that was fun to be a part of.
Yeah, that's inconsequential.
Detail, Miller. Detail. In a lot of things.
Busy blowing shit up.
Important. As opposed to shoot 'em up stuff.
Just make it
and
big.
Drivey stuff. Like, there was so much detail in the drivey and the shooty that he didn't have any space in this fucking felt like 7-hour movie
It was long.
to put in actual accuracy of things that are happening, and more on that later.
You guys think I was kidding about the Chris thing, but I really wasn't. I thought it was Liam because he was
honestly
too good.
thought you were kidding.
All right, okay, so on top of that, it was so long and ended up taking way too much time to get to our quote-unquote justice. Plus, they basically make the bad guy from the first film the good guy. And I'm just like, what? He wasn't good at all. Why would they even kind of hint that he was good? The action is great. Chris Hemsworth is always fun as a bad guy. And it was basically...
He was really good in this.
He was very good in this. Yeah.
I can't believe it was him and he was so good.
Apparently you don't recognize him in a lot of movies. You've been mixing up the Hemsworths.
Apparently.
Perhaps you need to look that up before you go to see a movie next time.
I'm pretty sure it was Liam.
Yeah.
I think that they say it was Chris, but it was actually Liam with the
They're not
Liam
twins.
is taller and skinnier.
They're not twins.
Oh, he can beef up for a role.
Can you grow about 6 inches too? Because he's a lot shorter.
Camera angles.
He's basically a little person.
He's not a little person.
No,
now there's no way. Okay,
I
now.
meant Chris Hemsworth is a
Okay,
little
well,
person.
You
continue
look up
to
shit
talk.
then,
I'm looking up how tall these two wieners are.
Okay, look up all three while you're at it.
I didn't even know there was a third.
Apparently, all three of them are important to our listeners right now.
Yes, and Luke was in a Thor movie.
So anyway, what I was saying was basically one note through the entire film, which is all that's needed in this role. Or Anna Taylor-Joy, I didn't feel was amazing in this.
She only had
As our avenging
6 lines
dark
in the whole
angel.
movie.
Yeah, there's way too much development of a story I personally didn't care about. And when you do prequels, try and make the actors look the same and don't use
AI.
a stripe to try and fit that into place. You know what? If we just put a stripe on their faces, everybody will think they're the same person. That's exactly what they did. You know what? We got to put a stripe there. That'll make everybody think they look like the exact same person because they didn't look anything alike. Plus, I don't know how old, because the movie Mad Max Fury Road is like 10 years old now. So what's her face? Charlize Theron was probably the same age as Anna Taylor-Joy was when they made it. So it's just not good. Just don't... I almost would have preferred it was CGI, but I do like Anna Taylor-Joy, so it didn't annoy me that much. Where was I?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's not paying attention anymore.
Yeah, it's that. It's way too long, and I admit I got bored in the middle. So it's a meh. But I got lots to unpack, but we want to hear what Mur has to say.
Okay, well, putting aside the fact that I didn't see any of the Mel Gibson Mad Max movies, and I thought Fury Road was just okay, this was kind of a fun ride with a lot of plot issues, and it was about 30 minutes too long.
I would go with 45 minutes.
There was, 2.5 hours, and the last half hour was one scene. Two of them in the desert, and I'm like,
it felt like 7
get on
hours.
with it. Just freaking get over with. Don't talk about it for a half hour.
Just get to shoot.
There was definitely plenty of action in all its glorious spectacle. There were hot rods, big wheels, diggers, bikes of all shapes and sizes, flying contraptions, weaponry galore, and mucho violence, explosions, bodies flying, etc. It was a decent cast, but definitely too many characters with complicated things. My favorite characters, besides the two big ones, were Rictus Erectus
Nice.
and Scrotus.
Nice.
They were brothers. Just makes me laugh just thinking of those two.
It's almost like Biggest Dickus made an
Yeah,
appearance.
that was, I believe, the sons of the bad guy from the last one.
Do any of you have a problem with my friend Biggest
Because
Dickus?
Biggest Dickus. Yeah. Anya Taylor-Joy is good as Furiosa, and Hemsworth is just hella fun as Dementus, really letting his evil flag fly. His huge physical presence, his absurd speeches, his villainy is awesome. Like I said, I had issues with some of the plot. Like Dementus and his monster tow truck that seemed to defy gravity and be faster than any fighter jet to catch anybody he's chasing and withstand any explosion.
Yep.
There are others, but I won't give away too many secrets because it is a fun ride. I would recommend skipping the last 20 minutes because the last act of the film really slows down and is not necessary.
Wah, wah.
As much as I love me some Chris Hemsworth, he and Anya
Still sure it was
were the
Liam.
best part of the film. The
Liam.
rest, not so much, just a meh.
All right. So
Okay.
You know what?
Here's-
Wait. Hit the button.
All right. For the record,
Yes.
Chris Hemsworth is 6'3".
Yes.
And Liam Hemsworth is 6'3¼
So
He's
he's like-
actually taller.
That's a quarter.
That's
That's what I
he
said.
said that.
I said Hemsworth is tall.
See, again,
Liam
you
is
weren't
taller.
even
That's
listening.
what I said.
you just.
No, because I seen a picture of them side by side, and
Yeah, and the other one's
taller.
the midget, but you're making it out like
Yeah.
they couldn't be
No, but
interchanged.
the
A
other
little
one is
person.
older, but he's shorter. Because I seen a photo with all three of them together.
At
So
any
one
rate,
of them was wearing lifts. That's what I think.
well, all I know is that I'm pretty sure that was Liam Hemsworth because the performance was too good.
There you go.
Whatever.
Awesome. You know what? If Liam Hemsworth plays, sorry, now you got me saying it. If Chris Hemsworth plays a villain, I think he nails it every time. Yep.
I'm still
So
baffled.
here's
that
some
I
of the
would-
issues that I wanted to unpack. When
Yes.
Hemsworth and his army of motorcycles ride for what seems like days with no gas resources
gas.
whatsoever to
Yeah.
get to the Citadel,
Eh.
it's beyond stupid.
In
It's like-
post-apocalyptic world, Jim, you don't use as much gas.
I think you do.
I think you use more,
Especially if it's a hot rod.
because they've got it cranked up and they got so much torque going on in those.
Nah, they're really good mechanics.
It was totally annoying me. I'm like, could you at least put a little bit? Could you have just put an effort that they were driving around with them a gas?
Well, you
container?
weren't following them the whole time, so maybe they were walking their bikes for part of it. We only saw it when they were driving.
Right, they walked it for. Well, every time we saw them, they were riding. So unless there's like 17 other hours, because this movie was like 7.
Oh, and the other thing
of them
is,
walking their bikes.
As I say, Liam Hemsworth's performance was worth watching all by itself.
So, on top of that, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I still can't believe they tried to make Anna Taylor-Joy look like Charlize Theron. It just didn't work for me.
I didn't see that.
I thought that. By the way, I thought I didn't see them trying to make her look like it, but I think she actually did sort of look like a younger. Like this was very good casting, and I went.
It was not.
Oh yeah, no, it was totally good casting.
No,
Oh, 100%.
No.
Oh, she was very
Yes,
good.
she was very
I like
good.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
It was. Who else could you have put in that role and have them pull it off any better?
Just put Charlize Theron back in it.
Oh, what? And rubberize her face
50 years
or?
old. Well,
Yeah,
no, they
why
like.
not?
Hey, they
Because we've seen what that happens
Yeah.
in the Irishman, Jim.
Yeah.
or any Harrison's Ford
Don't be
movie.
an idiot.
and-
The
and-
stuff you hate. Yeah, do the stuff that I absolutely hate. Let's
So
make
I
him
hate
younger
this-
with CGI.
I hate
Well,
this
the thing
too.
is,
They don't
they
look
still
alike.
used AI and CGI in this movie.
Yeah, they
Just
did.
the opposite way.
Yeah, but the opposite way.
You
What?
didn't hear that story? Because I heard it from her lips.
Okay,
She did
what's
interviews.
Okay.
The girl who played the younger her
Yeah,
and Anya Taylor,
yeah.
they combined the two faces, scrambled them up in a computer, and they slowly
Spit it out.
aged her through the movie. So when the start of the
Yeah,
movie, when it's
Mr.
a little
Poopy
girl,
Pants.
It looked good.
so at the very start of the movie when it's just a little girl,
Yeah.
it's still like half Anya Taylor-Joy. Like it's not even like 10%. It's like almost half.
Okay.
And then as she gets
Looked
older,
good.
it was more Anya.
So
yeah,
basically, they do better
they
job
sti-
than Scorsese.
So,
is
so
what
they
you're
still
saying.
used AI.
Well, Scorsese was like a few years ago.
He's a hack too, so that
I don't know.
makes
I
sense.
think Charlize
You're a hack.
could have pulled it off, but you would have had to de-age her a couple 10 years.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah,
I don't know.
no.
This goes back to the action.
It was good casting, no matter what
Theory-
Jim
I liked
says.
it.
No, I like her. I didn't like the casting.
right.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Who are you going to put in it?
I don't know. Don't put anybody. How about not make it? That was a good
Not make
idea.
it in the
How
first
about don't
place.
make it in the first
Okay,
place?
if you are making it, though, who are you going to put in the role? Who could have done it better?
Nobody. Just don't call it Furiosa.
Okay, let's move on because you obviously have nothing intelligent to say.
Well, I just said I don't think the movie should have been made.
Yeah,
And
I got that.
Just,
That's
just
what I
for
thought
the
but it
record,
did get made, and we're talking about
That's
it.
how I
for
felt
the-
about Fury
just,
Road,
Just
too,
for
so.
just for the record,
All right, for the
I
record,
rewatched Fury Road.
which was excellent.
It was very good.
I don't know.
I liked it a lot. I liked this a little less. So I
Me,
did
Fury
like
Road
Fury
is-
Raid
it-
more
I-
than
Fury
this.
Road was a 2-hour
Plus-
car chase. That's all it was.
Fury Road, if you would have watched it in IMAX,
Yes.
would have been a different experience than
Well,
watching
that's
it on...
how I watched it in IMAX originally.
I know, and that's why you probably loved it originally, and
No.
now it's just
See,
okay.
I didn't.
I liked it a lot when I saw it originally.
I just liked it okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You should rewatch it because, the best person in that is Holtz. His character is
Yeah,
awesome.
I was going to say Nicholas Hoult was the best
Yeah.
part.
Yeah,
He's the
Nicholas
best
Hoult was
part.
excellent in it.
He was- he
I
was-
remember
He
it.
was totally Gregson.
I
in it.
remember.
He was totally excellent. Yeah. Anyway, I got other problems with
He
this.
was the best part of that, and Liam Hemsworth was the best part of this one.
Yeah. The absent Liam Hemsworth.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Hemsworth.
All right.
Maybe he was the body double or the stunt double.
Yeah. Maybe.
I think
Or maybe he was part of the CGI team. Who knows? So we went and saw this movie called Hitman.
Oh, is that what we're talking about next?
Yes.
Oh.
Hitman.
Yes, Hitman.
So this
Richard
is
Linklater.
And sadly, not referring to my favorite wrestler of all time.
Who's that?
somebody, the Hitman Hart.
The Hitman.
Oh, Bret Hart, the excellence of execution.
Damn right. Him I would see in a movie. Well,
Really?
Maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah. He was in a bunch of TV. He was in Lonesome Dove or something, wasn't he?
Of course, whatever was shot in Calgary, he probably was in.
Yeah. Was that what it was? Is that a TV series?
Just to-
You just pick. Now you're just randomly
I
shooting
think
out
he was
words.
in Lonesome Dove.
I'm sure he was. I visited the set. I know where the set is. So yeah, it was shot in Calgary.
Yeah. So there you go.
There you
So
go.
here's
He played a cowboy.
Anyway,
here's my thing.
This
on,
is a different Hitman.
Here's my thing on wrestlers. The only good acting wrestler is Andre the Giant from The Princess Bride.
Yeah, he was excellent.
All the
in it.
rest is
You're not going to
trying.
give Cena his credit?
What's that?
Hey, don't forget about
Well,
his
Cena's lovable.
Don't forget his role as Sasquatch or whatever in Hulk.
Yeah,
That's right, the Hulk,
That's right.
the
My
Incredible Hulk.
Bigfoot.
my favorite thing about the $6 Million Man.
Yes.
All right, so this is a romance story dressed up as a what would we call this, Bryce?
I don't know.
It's-
Pooh?
action.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's right. It's Pooh. This is it's the most boring 2-hour movie that's ever been made. This was not clever in any way. Where everything was transparent and did I mention it was fucking boring?
It was
My
boring.
God, it was horribly boring. But worse than that, it was also, in addition to being boring, it was also not interesting.
Oh,
Or
that's a good
mind,
combination.
Same thing.
or mind altering. I think I actually lost some brain cells watching this movie. Well, I was gonna just list down every cinnamon of
every cinnamon.
of boring, but I got
Thesaurus
bored of
word.
writing.
Synonym.
I got bored writing down cinnamons.
Yeah, exactly.
Some cinnamons.
Don't hurt
Cinnamon.
yourself, Jim.
Cinnamons.
Okay, so where was I again? Oh yeah, you want to know the plot? Watch the trailer, and you will see what happens. In
Yeah.
the trailer is exactly what happens in the entire movie,
you go.
but only over 2 hours of severely and excruciatingly boring story that I have barely survived after 2 hours.
Yes.
The only good part in this is
Okay.
when Gary, aka Ron, played by Glen Powell,
Glen Powell.
who also Murray co-wrote it.
Yes.
Surprised.
Dressed up as one of his hitmen, and I'm putting that in quote, as a cross between Andy Warhol and Tilda Swinton. Oh, did I mention this was a biopic?
That didn't do anything for me, but
Except most of it had nothing to do with the original guy. And yet they talked about him at the end. Like, they basically said that the only thing that was truth about this movie was that he was a hitman for hire. Other than that, the entire story was just written
Made up.
by
Yeah.
Powell and
Yeah.
Linklater. And it's did I mention it was so boring?
you did.
Couple times.
This was terrible. This was a complete snooze fest of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the guy who they were playing as, whatever his name was,
I can't remember.
Gary
Johnson.
Gary Johnson. I think Gary Johnson would roll over in his grave if they knew that he they
absolutely.
fucked him up with this terrible
Yeah.
shitstorm of a bore fest.
100%.
Oh, by the way, it's a rage. This
Yes.
movie's awful.
Hitman is the blandest movie I've ever seen. It is a mayonnaise sandwich on white bread bland. It is an unsalted saltine cracker bland. It takes no chances. Misfires on every attempt at comedy. Except once. I remember laughing once, but I don't remember what I found funny, and it wasn't the same thing
It wasn't
as you.
okay. So there was two things that were funny.
Well, one thing for you, one thing for me. Maybe somebody will find them both funny. So someone out there might laugh twice. Richard Linklater and actor Glen Powell should never team up ever again for anything. And they should never, ever, ever co-write anything together again if this is the uninspired tripe they come up with. Apparently, this is based on an actual dude whose life I guarantee was more interesting than this convoluted, Hollywoodized version Linklater and Powell have presented us. I hated this. This was a rage. Like, an unbelievable, like, it's just a nothing. Like, I am just baffled that there are people out there that actually like this movie.
Yeah.
It is god awful.
When we walked out of the theater, oh, by the way,
Rage!
when we walked out of the theater, I said, I've got to find out what IMDb viewers thought of this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what it has now, and I haven't put my rating in yet, but it has 7.5. I'm like, who the fuck would give this anything more than 1?
Well, you say you haven't put yours in? I thought maybe if you had, then it's gone down to 7.4 now. So, but you're saying you haven't
No,
yet.
okay, while we're waiting on this,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that right now.
There you go. Let's get it down, Jim.
We got to get that down. We don't want people to see this movie.
Yeah. The other thing this is just goes to show that, man, we're getting to the point where, like, why on earth was this premiered at Sundance? Like, what is going on with Sundance?
What is going on with Sundance?
And, you know, like, I just, like, these two first teamed up with, nice.
It dropped to 7.4.
There you go.
Well, no, it was already 7.4.
So I haven't moved it an inch. I put it as a 1.
Aw, man.
That should move it some way.
Hasn't updated.
But
yeah,
there's 2,700
This was so
fucking
bad
people.
that I wish these two idiots never met. I wish they never made everybody want some together, because that's where they had some sort of connection and said, "Oh, we gotta work together again someday." And
You know what?
Let's write something together. It'll be great. And then Powell's career actually took off, which I'm still baffled by. Why all of a sudden Glen Powell is like
He's in fucking everything.
Thank you, Murray. It's like he is. It's
If
like,
you hadn't seen the trailer for Twisters, he's also in.
Oh, it's just he's in every, and it's just like,
And
why?
I don't get it. I don't know why Hollywood's trying to prop this guy up. Honestly,
makes
I don't.
no sense
He is the
whatsoever.
most boring guy out there, and
Yep.
he's in every freaking movie.
He's got nothing going on.
I'm tired of him already.
Yep.
Well,
You
know
and me
what?
both, mister.
You know what? I can't speak for all the ladies, but seeing as how none of us, well, I still know how to throw a few good looks for a good-looking man, but I don't. He has no movement in my force. I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing.
boring.
Maybe he's a pretty boy. I don't know.
Anyways.
If there's any
'cause he's as
ladies
bland
that
as
are
his
listening
movie.
to us,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
He has no personality. He's boring.
it was.
You know what the worst thing is? Is this bloody thing's coming out on Netflix in like a week, and we didn't have to go see it in the theater. We could have just passed.
We could have went and saw that conversion film with that doctor.
There
Yeah,
you
we
go.
could have seen the
You could have went,
conversion film. Okay.
went to see the new Garfield movie.
Could it have been worse than this? I don't know.
The
Probably.
new Garfield movie, which has Snoop Dogg as a cat.
I definitely know that this converted me against Linklater.
You know
and
what?
Powell.
Snoop Dogg as a cat probably would have been more entertaining than this. Maybe we should have gone and seen Garfield.
Apparently, we should.
Anyways, whatever. Let's not talk about this movie anymore. It's
poopy.
garbage.
It's poopy.
Yet that's not the popular opinion, which is baffling to me. What is wrong with you people?
That's right. People who listen to us, I don't think, would have given that a 7.4.
I hope not.
I hope not. All right, what else did we see? We saw Babes.
Babes.
Not Babes in Toyland.
I'll keep it short and sweet.
Not the Babe.
Yeah,
Babes.
Pig in the City.
Or the
Nope.
Pigs in the
Babe.
City. Babes, Pigs in the City.
Now.
Didn't he play for the Yankees?
Yeah, maybe.
Babes. Babes is one of the funniest films of the last few years. All the humor landed, and its talented cast were absolutely top notch, even with the little cameos that we had as well from
You'll hear later. I talk about.
Okay, from all the people that Jim's going to talk about later. Viewing it through male eyes, I may have not experienced the humor in the same way as a lady might, but this movie goes to show you that funny is funny, and this was comedy done right. It is in your face, antagonistic at times. It had me laughing out loud through most of the film. And then we get a sappy Hollywood ending, which makes Babes meh.
All right, there you go with your terrible review system.
Your left turn. At the
Yeah,
end.
his left turn in
The
Albuquerque.
ending is so saccharine. It just made me want to puke.
I was totally expecting it, so it didn't bother me in the least. But here's what I thought of
But it was very,
Babes.
very, very funny.
Babes.
Babes.
This is a story of two best friends
Yes.
who are very close. So close, they are fine showing each other their yawning vaginas
Yes.
to each other in restaurants or taking showers. It's about everything disgusting about being a mother, like dripping pussies and milk that just squirts out all of a sudden while you are on mushrooms just after your tits talk to you, obviously.
Well, if you're on mushrooms, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, it's Bryce and I, if we were women 20 years ago, got pregnant and had babies within a year of each other. Oh, and we also lived in New York City,
Ah, yeah.
which this film, the only place on the planet this movie could be made is New York City. Like, the characters are all super, 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 super New York.
They're very New York.
You really get a feel all the way through this, the love these two best friends have, and
Yes.
the humor is over the top, nonstop, and hilarious.
Yes.
Every one of the actors were outstanding.
Yes.
And the cameos were super outstanding.
Yes.
With John Carroll Lynch
Yes.
with his hairstyles, and Sandra Bernhardt
Yes.
with her serial killer beautiful dentist theories, and Oliver Platt with his terrible parenting skills.
So good.
This is mostly,
Man, this was a good movie.
yeah, it was a great movie. This is mostly a comedy.
That'll be why Cuff picked it, Bryce.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is mostly a comedy that is funny as
Yes.
fuck, but also
Yep.
a tender story of finding your chosen family,
Yes.
being there for each other
Yes.
through the good times and the bad.
All right.
I absolutely love this film. I have never, ever laughed as much as I have at two women talking about all the disgusting things that happen to pregnant women. And I've seen a lot of things about pregnant women in my history.
It was so enjoyable, this movie.
It was a hilarious two vaginas mondo. Well, actually, it was one vagina coming out of another vagina.
Yes.
But who's counting?
Yes.
And I have one thing to unpack.
All right.
Is it shitting on your baby or babying on your shit?
I think you just babied on your poop. Yes. that line was so freaking awesome. I loved this movie, and then it had the ending, so it was mad.
You know,
This was one of
How could you
the
not-
funniest movies that I've ever seen. We were laughing through the whole thing.
and the other two people that were there were
It
laughing
was
too.
so good. The acting was impeccable. The cameos were spectacular. I adored it, but then the ending
Then you
kind of
gave
left
it a
me.
meh.
The ending kind of so meh.
How would you have expected this would? Okay, how would should have both their babies died? Would that have been the right way that
They
this
kill
ended?
each other in a
No, it didn't
shootout?
have. But it didn't have to have this stupid cookie cutter.
What are you talking about?
We're only 3 blocks away, and you guys can come over anytime. And blah blah. That was just so. It made me puke.
It made
It was
sense.
Mondo. Oh, really?
They built the
Meh.
story that their house was terrible.
Yeah.
So it made sense they had to move.
Absolutely
and then
made
she
sense.
realized, because she flew home,
Like there's
that
gonna
she
be a
needed
play.
to,
Yeah, it's too
that she
convenient.
needed, it was, what's convenient?
It was stupid
There was
convenient.
no convenience.
Oh,
it was
you-
just they made a conscious decision.
I love this movie. It was almost Mondo.
It was
The
so
ending.
Mondo. Do
The
not,
ending, man.
people who are listening, do not listen to Bryce on this. This is
No, listen to me. The
This
movie's
is-
spectacular. Go see it.
Yes.
But just cut out with like about
no
3 minutes
just
to go.
enjoy the Hollywood ending, as they wrote in the musical Christmas zombie film.
Okay, fine.
And
It was
an-
Mondo. I'll give it a Mondo.
Exactly. How could you not? It's
It was
so good.
hilarious. It's probably the funniest movie I've seen in like
You
forever.
can't not give this a Mondo.
Like
it's too funny.
if we were doing our top 10 comedies of all time again, I guess it would got on there. And since every other one would be a Mondo, then I guess this was
It
too.
has to.
Even though I hated the end.
You didn't like it. It didn't. The babies lived. That's.
Oh no!
Would have been better if they. Yeah, that's true.
Kill those babies.
Just kill the babies.
with all that shit on the babies. Hey, Murray, there's buttons you got to push there.
It's Mondo now. It was meth. But
You
but
just changed your
convinced
mind.
You convinced me. It's Mondo.
Mondo.
It's so Mondo. I love
This
this.
has never
movie.
actually happened, but ever before. So this is a first. This is, you know what? We're celebrating our 250th episode by Bryce changing his review.
You know what? The more I think about it, like, I literally laughed through the whole thing. I hated the end, but I laughed through the whole thing.
Right up until the end.
Yeah, it was
Because
so
there was
good.
a funny thing at the end.
And everybody was so good in it. Every single cameo was spot on, perfect, awesome.
And
Just-
the two ladies who
I
saw this
loved
with
Oliver
us were
Platt.
also fun.
How good was Oliver Platt in this? His
He's
little
great
limited,
in it.
just so good.
We just don't see enough Oliver
We
Platt.
need more Oliver Platt.
That's right. And Sandra Bernhardt.
Yes.
Like,
That was
when
so
was the
cool.
last time you seen Sandra Bernhardt?
Like, I
80s?
can't even,
Yeah, in the 80s, right?
Maybe.
Where has she been?
Anyways.
We need more Sandra Bernhardt, too.
Yes.
And John Carroll Lynch.
John Carroll Lynch is, we're going to get more John Carroll Lynch because the guy's just too talented.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Are you done or should I hit the music?
I don't
again?
know.
Hit
Sure.
the music.
We're done.
I mean the music.
We're done.
From the previous
We're
segment.
moving on.
We're moving on.
Okay then.
Oh, yeah. This is what we're moving on to.
All right. Well, as I have a lot of time in my hands now and nothing to watch.
That's right. And you have no more hand cream.
No,
that you have to
ran
go to the
out
grocery
too.
store.
I have another juicy morsel from the annals of movies on TV this week.
What?
Stars the Repulsive and Departed Paul Walker.
Oh, lucky you.
He's
and
so bad.
the guy you guys love to hate, Gerard Butler.
Oh, well, no.
We love Gerard Butler. We
Yes.
think that he's a very good actor that needs to fire his agent.
Yes, and get into good movies.
And it also stars the funny as hell Billy Connolly in a role he is not funny in.
What?
Film is called Timeline
Oh God, it's
from
awful.
2003.
That is one bad freaking
It's a
movie.
little like Bill and Ted, except not funny at all. Here's the sitch. Adventurers.
Imagine Bill and Ted without the laughs.
They travel back to the 14th century France, smack dab in the middle of the 100 Years' War between France and England,
It's so bad.
to save a professor who is
I've
trapped
seen
there.
this. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I know, awesome, right?
You should have just dared us to see
No
this.
kidding.
was written by Michael Crichton,
What?
the Jurassic Park guy.
Yeah.
Wait,
it was.
so wait, did he write the book?
He
or
wrote
did he
the book
write
and he gave permission.
Yeah, he
to-
wrote the book.
and
to
then
do
he
the-
wrote the screenplay?
No,
he
he
just
didn't
wrote
write
the
this.
book.
He didn't write the screenplay.
It was directed by Richard Donner,
Yeah.
the guy behind the first two Supermans
Mhm.
and The Omen and
Yep.
The Goonies.
Yeah. No, he made some good
all
stuff.
the Lethal Weapons.
Yep. First one was good.
Billy
Lethal
Connolly.
Weapon sucked after that.
Billy
First one
Connolly
was good.
plays the wily old archaeologist professor, digging up bones, as Randy Travis would say.
Mm.
Paul Walker plays his son with nary a hint of a Scottish accent.
No,
Gerard Butler
it's because he can't do one.
plays the younger, more Indiana Jones type archaeologist.
Yes.
Of course, there's a woman in the mix.
Always.
Who Paul Walker repeatedly does stupid things to save her when she does stupid things.
Oh, good.
Once you put your brain in park and stop trying to figure out the twisted plot of the film, it's kind of a fun ride.
Is it?
Especially if you love medieval swashbuckling like I do.
Oh, okay. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Michael Sheen puts in an appearance
I like Michael
as
Sheen.
Lord Oliver, the leader of the English army,
I didn't even remember
who
he
is
was in
trying to kill all those French Kniggets. Of course, he's helped out by another bad guy, an evil dude from the future who is also trapped. Okay, it's not a great movie. Paul Walker is really terrible.
Yeah.
There is not nearly enough of Billy Connolly, and he is way too super serious.
Super serious.
But Gerard Butler does what Gerard Butler do, being the hero. Of course, he finds time to romance the French damsel in distress.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, he pulls a Captain America.
Ooh.
Still, I enjoyed all the sword fighting and the blowing stuff up with Greek firebombs. For me, an enjoyable meh, despite the Paul Walker rom-com angle. For you guys, I would predict a rage.
Oh yeah, that's a heavy rage.
Check it out at your peril.
I saw it in cinemas. it came out.
As did
I
I.
paid nothing to see it.
You.
What are you
It
talking
was
about?
on TV.
You spend $25 a month on cable.
Yeah, well,
You paid $25 for that movie.
I get cable to watch other things like sports.
Oh, there you
like
go.
the 20 hours of racing I watched on Sunday because of all the weather delays.
Ugh,
Indy
sports.
500, there was like crashes every 2 minutes. It was fun.
That's basically what it is.
Anyway,
Nice.
it was okay. It wasn't great, but it had Troy Butler in it, so
Well, there you
I had
go.
to watch it.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Oh, my sweet, sweet rage. I actually had so much to rage about this week, but the thing I'm going to rage about the most, I've been on a little bit of a tear about how Hollywood is basically void of anything good that comes out of it lately, is because it's mostly remakes, redos, and repoops, and then we get an original story-ish with Hitman, and even that they can't get right. With a talented director, well, maybe he's a hit and miss talented director with Linklater. It just, I thought it was only going to be the terrible remakes and stuff that was going to be rage-inducing. But apparently, even when Hollywood does original stuff, it's now also terrible. And maybe it was because it was a biopic. Maybe it was just because there's no talent left in Hollywood. Because I'm going to say that Babes was a New York movie. And I think there's something to be said about films that are made in New York. They're usually better.
Yeah.
That's my belief.
Yeah,
I could be wrong,
it's close to true, probably. Yeah.
but yeah, it was infuriating.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's poopy. Yeah.
Super poopy.
So I don't want to watch any more Hollywood movies. Can we
They
not do
should
that
make
anymore?
more movies in Canada and Calgary so I can get more work.
That's right, and they should also do that. But hey, wait a minute. Did I talk about? Well, I talked about Tron coming back, but there was another trailer that we saw come out for some terrible movie that's a franchise too this week. Do you remember what that was?
There was Twisters.
Oh yeah, there's Twisters. That's another one. But it's like we were sitting in the cinema and we're like,
Well, everything.
oh my god, it was
course.
like every single movie was a fucking trail.
Don't
was
forget
a trailer.
Bad Boys.
Yeah,
Yes,
Bad Boys. Run and hide, slap your bitch. I don't know, whatever
the
the fuck
run,
it's
I don't
called. It was just like that trailer alone infuriates me. I can't
Yeah.
take this anymore.
Well,
this
they-
is
They also make
I have
fun
no
of Reba
hope.
McEntire, which is not cool.
who
Isn't
makes
it?
fun of Reba McEntire?
That's right.
I don't
She's a
think
saint.
they
Queen of
weren't
country.
making fun of Reba.
Yeah, they were. They didn't even know one of her songs.
Well, why
Well,
would they?
I don't
know
know.
one of her songs.
I don't know any Reba
Well,
McEntire
then
songs.
that's shame on you too. Then
I honestly could not name a Reba McEntire song.
What? Can you tell us one or two?
I'll tell you a lot of them.
Well, just tell us one or
tell
two.
me like her biggest hit. What was her biggest hit?
Fancy is one of her big ones.
Never heard of it.
Well, I guess it's not really her song, but she was more famous with The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah, but I've never heard her version of it.
No, me neither.
That's the version. That's the biggest version. The Vicki Lawrence one didn't get a lot of
Is it
airplay.
did she write that one? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
bad
She did
boys,
not
bad
write that
boys.
one.
Oh, that was just
Oh.
in the
Apparently,
trailer.
that's the only song those two idiots know in their head, though.
Yeah. 'Cause
That and whatever is in Will Smith's library.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
That
Why they didn't start singing one of his songs, like getting jiggy with it? Or
they
something.
probably did.
They probably did.
What the hell's like getting jiggy with it?
That's Will Smith's
Will
song.
Smith song.
He's got a song
Nah, nah,
called.
nah, 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 nah.
No,
Getting
no,
jiggy
no,
with
no,
it.
no, getting jiggy
There's a
with it.
song
No, no,
called
no, no,
"Getting
no.
Jiggy with It."
Yes.
Oh, you're making that up.
Look it up. I dare you. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, there was
Moving
a lot of
on.
rage from Hollywood.
I know
this
too
year.
many sequels.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
And original stuff that's terrible.
Okay, so normally this stuff doesn't bother me, but
Whoa.
you kind of brought it up and it got me thinking.
Nice.
So Hitman was rated 7.4 on IMDb.
It was 7.5 when we walked out of the cinema.
Okay, so now it's 7.4, so it's gone down a
penny.
tick. Guess what percentage it is on Rotten Tomatoes?
99.
Like, is that the critic score or in the non?
I will give you both. I'll give you the combined, and then I'll give you the critics.
Okay, the critic score should be a 5.
Okay.
And
No, it's
apparently
it's
the
percent of-
viewers are a 7.4.
It's percent
Okay,
of
whatever
so
that is.
that brings it up to
74%.
an average of about like 70.
74, 79, 80, 40%. Should be 40.
Should be 40. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Which
it
is
is
still
it is
green.
certified fresh.
So it's
It's
red?
97.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
Now let's take the public out of this. 42 by their critics.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe there's only
Out
5
of 40,
critics.
out of 42 that are professional people that are paid and write for, respected publications, there were 2 negative reviews in 42. It is a 95% with the critics.
What?
What is going on? These people are paid to watch movies, and they thought 95% of them thought this was an excellent movie. This is insane. Like, what have they been watching that this registers at all? This is the blandest piece of nothing that's ever been made. 95%.
Oh my God.
What is going on?
That's crazy.
People like what they like.
Yeah, but
so that's my
But you
rage.
know what? It lends itself
That or,
to
that or they were paid off.
it lends itself to my rage ultimately.
I mean,
is
we
that
all love Richard Linklater, but come on.
we like some things by Richard Linklater.
he seems like a good guy.
Maybe Glen Powell's a nice guy too. I don't know.
I don't
sure
care.
he's the most-
He's talentless.
I'm sure he's the nicest,
Richard
most
Linklater
boring
does
guy
have
in Hollywood.
a
For
little
sure.
bit of talent.
Yeah,
Glen Powell better be the nicest guy in Hollywood because that's the only reason I can think of that he's getting all these roles.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you know what?
Apparently, Richard Linklater liked him enough to co-write a movie with him, and then have him star in
Which
it.
makes
that's his
Linklater
first
not a
mistake.
nice person.
Well, it
either.
makes Linklater an idiot.
It's having
you
an
can be an
actor-
idiot and be a nice
Having
person,
an actor
Jim.
write the script.
It's true. I live with that every day.
At any rate, this is just baffling to me that so many people not like the movie, love the movie. It's great. Oh, this is the best that they've ever been.
'Cause
And
they probably
what a
saw it with an
combination
audience at
these two
Sundance.
are. And oh my God, it's so bad.
When you see it with an audience at a festival, especially with the actors in attendance, of course you're gonna be a little biased. You're gonna like.
I've watched
you're gonna
movies with
blow
actors in
smoke up their
attendance
ass.
and absolutely hated it. And
Yeah.
the only reason I didn't, I've been in a couple of screenings where it's like I can't ask a question because I'm going to get lynched by this audience if I
There
do.
you go. Exactly. And everyone who leaves, who gives it a rating, like our system,
Yeah,
has to give it a 5.
Well,
out of
that's the whole
5.
thing. Everyone's going 5, 5, 5. Then
Yeah,
I give
because
1.
the actor's
5,
standing right
5,
there by
5.
the back
Yeah,
door.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, actor, check it out. 1.
That's right.
Yeah,
also
wow.
one.
Not everyone is as brave as you guys.
I guess not.
We're hated. Who cares?
Yeah,
You're
whatever.
haters.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Oh, the lists.
Oh, we were supposed to watch something.
Yeah. Yeah. We're supposed to watch A Room with a View.
I did watch it.
Okay, good. So we got Maggie Smith versus Daniel Day-Lewis. So before we go into it,
You got to
for those of you who are listening to us for the first time, well, welcome to our 250th episode. And we have a segment called The List, also on our webpage, Film Rage YYC. Check it out. It's called The List. There are 5 lists. There is Undoubted, there is Doubted, there is Mesmerizing, and there is Repulsive, and there is Previously Mesmerizing and No Longer Mesmerizing because they got out mesmerized. So, the Murr charged us from last week to see who was more mesmerizing, Maggie Smith versus Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
So, the first thing I got to mention is I really loved all the homoerotic wrestling that was going on in this
you?
movie. I forgot how much homoerotic wrestling there was.
I forgot this movie and I thought that I liked it, and then I watched it again and I do not like this movie.
I like this movie.
Nah,
I
don't
wouldn't
like this
say I
movie.
love this movie, but I like this movie.
This movie did nothing for me.
Not even the homoerotic wrestling?
No. That does more for you, Jim.
It's true. I do. I love all kinds of nude wrestling.
Yes. But yeah, I mean,
It was-
and honestly, to have a Mesmerized Off in this movie is kind of sad to me because neither of them were at their best or anywhere near.
Yeah, I would say probably not, but I still think the character that Daniel Day-Lewis was playing,
Yeah.
he was playing that role better than anyone else could play that role.
I agree.
And he was more mesmerizing than Maggie
I
Smith.
also agree.
Okay.
He was definitely more mesmerizing than Maggie Smith, but. And then I got to the point though where I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, he's more mesmerizing than Maggie Smith. And then I'm like, well, is anybody else more mesmerizing than him in it? And then I'm like, I mean, Julian Sands is okay, but he's not mesmerizing.
No,
And
definitely not.
Like everybody was fine, and that's the whole thing. This movie was. I mean, this was a well-acted movie.
It was adequately
It was,
acted, yeah.
yeah, and it just, I don't know. I remember and I watched it when I was like probably 14 or 15 when I probably
When it first
rented
came
it.
out.
Well,
Yeah.
no, when it first came out, I didn't see it in the theater. I
First-
was like 11 or 12, I think.
Oh, didn't you? I saw it in the cinema.
Yeah. Well, you're like a lot older
I'm
than
like
me, though.
72 years older than you.
Exactly. So you would have gone to it. I wouldn't have.
What?
But
He spent his allowance on comic books.
But then once I was
porn.
15, 16,
Exactly.
then I was renting movies like it was going out of style. I was just
On-
watching everything. So
On Jugs.
I don't know what that
My
means.
first porno magazine.
Nice. At any rate, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's sad that Maggie Smith gets the boot based on this movie, but whatever.
Well, you know what? You should have brought more of your A game, Maggie Smith.
Yeah.
Because you know what? There can only be one. It's just like Highlander, the original movie, when there was originally only one person.
Yes.
And then all the other highlighters, Captain Highliner, that said, oh no, there can be more than just one. But not in a Mesmerize Off, there can be only one.
I
Okay.
I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
Can
but that's
I-
okay. You can do whatever you want.
Can I
Jim.
just say,
Yes, you can.
Can we put
Go ahead.
what's that movie
Spit
we
it
saw?
out.
What's that movie we saw for this week? Hitman?
Hitman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we please add what's his face to the repulsive
Powell?
list? Yeah. Can we please put
Glen Powell?
on
Yeah,
the repulsive list?
I can't stand the guy. Every time I see him, I want to puke.
But he was in that rom-com that came out like a month ago.
I see that stupid trailer of Twister and I want to puke. It's like, what is going on? Like, why
Oh.
is this guy in so much crap?
Apparently, he's also in the new Running Man.
Oh,
Oh
excellent.
wait, we have wait.
There's a new Running
There's
Man.
another
There is.
Running Man.
There is a new Running
Is Arnold in it? Is Arnold playing not Richard Dreyfuss? What's that guy who's Family Feud guy? Richard
Dawson.
Does Arnold
Maybe.
come back and play Richard
See,
Dawson?
That would be funny, but I don't think that's what's happening.
The world we live in is gone to shit. Like, why can they not have one original good
make
idea?
everything.
This is infuriating me. Okay, so we all agree Glen Powell is repulsive.
Sure.
It's a 3-way unanimous decision.
I never liked him, but yeah.
It's a good thing we saw
Yes.
that movie this week. All right,
Yes. Yep.
times are good. All right, we lost somebody. So you got anything for us for next week, Demur?
Well, it's a very short list.
Yes.
By the way, Edgar Wright is directing the new Running Man.
What?
Great.
Wasn't he like undoubted?
No, he wasn't
Edgar
undoubted
Wright, no, I
because
don't
he had
think
two
he-
Mez
I don't
back to
think he
back, I
ever made it.
believe.
Really?
Yeah.
I still like him, but yeah.
Yeah, the last Anna Taylor Joy that he
Um,
was in, she was in. I think
Did
it was
Really?
a man.
Did we do Bones and All yet?
No, but
I got Mark Rylance and Michael Stolberg in Bones and All.
oh, that'd be fun to rewatch.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, I now own it. So
Because honestly, I forget what we did. Because if
Uh,
the name's still on the list, I go back to the database and search again.
So who? Sorry, Mark Rylance and who?
Michael Stolberg.
Oh. Wow.
nice.
They're both still on the list, apparently.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can't wait to watch it again. I've got a very good idea of who's
seriously have,
getting
like,
turfed.
Oh, I can almost say it now because I just rewatched this like.
What is the back-to-back Mez? I'm looking at this. I don't think you're right.
I think I'm pretty right.
You're right.
Okay, I'm looking at our website. I think Edgar Wright's undoubted.
I think you're wrong.
You may not be after this.
Oh, maybe not.
So basically,
What's the address for our website?
RageYYC.com.
FilmRageYYC.com.
Oh, okay.
I believe it. That was in our intro.
And I've said it a couple times since.
You said it 250 times.
Yeah, I said it every second of our 250th episode.
Just, I can't keep up with all this stuff.
So
You shouldn't have your
we don't have
computer
to
in
look
front
it
of you.
up. We can just go through his shit if you want to talk about him.
Yeah. Just go to the trusted site IMDb.
Yeah, trusted site. It's
Well, I looked at his stuff and I'm like, no, I think he's on. He's got to be on.
No, I think you're wrong.
Depends on you guys. I mean, I like everything he does, but
What did he do that
I
got
don't
him
know,
off?
He did all 3 of the Cornetto trilogies. Maybe you didn't like one of those.
The what? Who does?
The Shaun of the Dead ones.
Okay, Last Night in Soho was kind of poopy. It was meh.
See, there you
Yeah.
go.
The Sparks brothers was Mondo.
Was Mondo.
The Baby Driver was Mondo.
Yep.
The World's End was meh.
Correct.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World was super Mondo.
Yeah, Super Mondo.
Hot Fuzz was meh.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he just hasn't made enough movies.
There you go. Shaun of the Dead. We
Oh, wait a
did
second.
that.
Shaun of the Dead is Mondo.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's... What did he do anything before that?
No.
Okay, so how many is that? I think he's just made...
You
hasn't
weren't
made.
counting?
I don't know how
1,
to count.
2, 3,
So,
4, 5.
1, 2,
Why does it
3,
credit him with
4.
Grindhouse?
5. He did
Probably
the,
helped write it.
No, he did the one of the little
the commercials.
trailers.
Bits, yeah.
No, it's because he's only had 7 movies.
Well,
Jim.
there you go.
Well, this is sad though because a remake of a terrible movie is going to be his 8th movie.
Yep.
So
There you go.
he might not get on if Running Man,
Like I said,
starring the
he's
repulsive Glen Powell.
and he's gonna have 2 Mez back to
Well-
back. I just told you that.
you did. Well, hey, here's the thing: if somehow he can make Running Man a Mondo, he might be frickin' undoubted for life based on that because he's got everything working to get remake. Glen Powell. I mean, there is nothing about this
No
movie
Schwarzenegger.
that makes me want to see
Wait,
it.
is there no Schwarzenegger in this
Probably not.
either?
Doesn't list anybody else.
I'm sure he'll walk by
It's like
and go, I'll be
year
back.
away. But no, they didn't mention anybody
I
else.
hope he comes back. Oh wait, he's doing a remake of Barbarella too.
There you go.
What the fuck, Edgar Wright? What are you doing?
Oh, he's getting lazy in his old
And
age.
he's doing a Baby Driver. Like all his shit is remakes and repoop. Even Edgar Wright, who's not even from Hollywood, has
man.
got Hollywood eyes.
He's gone Hollywood.
This is the worst day of my life.
Do it for
We're
the money.
celebrating 250 episodes, and then we get this.
Yeah. By the way, you've even got it on our website. Nominated for Undoubted, but not approved yet. Edgar Wright. So you have no idea what's on our website.
Perhaps you should have known that before.
Well, I thought I did. In fact, I knew more than you because you're like, no, we had back-to-back mess. No, he didn't. You wiener. At any rate.
Well, you know what? The Running Man will tell.
Yeah, well, this is the ultimate frickin' challenge of anybody that's ever made a movie in their
right.
life. They can make this a Mondo. Holy crap, it's gonna be good.
Moving on.
I can't wait for the Running Man now, just because I want to know if Edgar Wright can overcome
All odds.
all odds. Last week,
on Rage or Dare.
He does it better.
Baby boy Bryce felt that Jim could not possibly deliver on a succulent Rage offering. What a surprise to find a film from 2019 with a box office record for this show of $10,000 and a cast that apparently no one has ever heard of. And I do mean no one. Yes, he pulled a Tubi offering called A Wakefield Project. Anyone? A Wakefield Project?
This week, Jim is just like a free-range organic masochist, grazing freely on anything his cold little dead heart desires. Well, that is if Bryce got off his lazy ass and did his freaking job. Come on, man! Otherwise, our little demon child Jim may not be so organic, and might be more like MSG-filled leftovers left on the counter after a bender for a week. Come on, Bryce. Alright, now it's time to find out if the Tubi-tastic blockbuster film, A Wakefield Project, did at least have one actor Bryce has ever seen in, anything. Ever. And more importantly, was that $10,000 grossed at the box office just the director's closest friends and family, or would Bryce have happily paid his $9.99 for a golden ticket to this gem in the cinemas?
Okay, this is stretching your crappy in cinemas thing to the nth degree. Do you realize where this played? This played in England.
Yes.
At one film festival.
Yes.
Where it was part of a package.
Yes.
With they showed 6 or 8 horror movies back to back.
Yes.
So the $10,000 that you say it made didn't even make $10,000. It made $10,000 divided by 8 or however many films.
So he made even less. That's even better.
So it played at one bloody cinema. So this is garbage, by the way.
You know what?
This is
Wait.
not a movie.
Wait, I want to say, and I quote,
Okay.
dare us to watch a terrible film if it played anywhere in the world.
I'm going to convince
in
the
a
Globe
cinema.
to show me farting for 5 minutes. Or
It's
an
gotta
hour
be
and a
an
half.
hour and a half.
Okay, show me farting for an hour and a half.
You just have
I'll
to
just
rent the
sit in the cinema. I'll just get someone to let me in at 6 a.m. and I won't waste anybody's time. I'll watch it. There, it played in a cinema, and then I'll nominate that.
Yeah.
This is stupid, Jim.
Yes, that's perfect.
This is not.
I love it.
This is not.
Here, let me just read this again.
Yeah. I know. If it played in a cinema anywhere.
Cinemas anywhere in the world.
Which is ridiculous. It literally had one screening.
Isn't that the best?
Yeah. At any rate.
So it qualifies. Suck it up, princess.
Anyways, I don't even know what it was about. I'm watching it, and there is these weird noises that are going on that have nothing to do with the fact that there's also a kind of what can you even call that? There's this guy, and he
You're being
murdered
really
a bunch
clear.
of people, and then his ghost or his spirit is being transferred through this VHS tape.
So it's like Videodrome.
And but then cell phones don't work every time this weird noise takes place. And then I think everybody that was in this movie I think there was a bunch of guys from the gym that actually made it because they were all in really good shape.
Nice.
So I think they said, hey, let's make a movie.
So are the Barbarian Brothers in it?
I wish, because they would have been semi-entertaining. That movie was a freaking masterpiece compared to this thing. This, nothing made sense. They're random, I was baffled. I don't know. And the acting was atrocious. It was just.
Was there anybody that you've ever seen in any movie?
It felt like
ever?
it was shot on someone's cell phone.
Nice.
It was garbage. It was not a theatrical release by any stretch of the imagination. I resent the fact that this somehow fits our criteria, and I think if this is a type of garbage, I can scope out this is not going to get anybody listening to our podcast talking about a film that nobody's ever heard of and never will, because nobody's going to go and watch it.
Oh, now that you've talked about it, I'm going to go watch it.
You can watch it for free on Tubi.
That's right.
Yeah, go watch it for free on Tubi. Do not watch it for free on Tubi. Do not give these people any money, because they're going to get some. If you click on it, they're probably going to get 2 pennies.
How did Tubi want to pick this up? That's
Tubi
probably the $10,000.
Tubi picks up a lot of gems, and Tubi likes to have a lot of content, Jim. So they've got some gems, and then they've got some filler content, and there's a lot of filler.
You know what I watched on Tubi in the last couple weeks?
No.
Terrifier 2.
Terrifier 2. Yes.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah, how can you not like Terrifier 2? I think Terrifier 3 is going to be coming out real soon.
It's a Christmas present to us. Terrifier
Yes.
3.
At any rate, I don't even know what to say about this movie. Bad acting, no special effects. It's a horror movie, but it's just dumb.
It was horrifying.
So yeah, basically this town, I don't even know what to say about it.
It's got to have something to say about it.
there's like a serial killer in this town, and then he died, and now he comes back through a videotape, which makes no sense. And there's random noises that turns everybody's cell phones off, which has nothing to do with anything. And these two outsiders come and buy the hotel that this guy apparently owned, or no, this is where the murders took place apparently. And that really doesn't connect to anything either. It's just a lot of random ideas that add up to nothing with bad acting. It's a rage.
It sounds awesome. I might watch that tonight when I get home.
You definitely should, Jim.
So this, okay, here's the important question.
Yes.
This has a 2.9 on IMDb. Comparing it to our Glen Powell movie, what do you think deserves a higher rating on IMDb?
Just because at least the Glen Powell movie, if you didn't listen to it, it looked like it was professionally made, then the Glen Powell movie was better, even though you had to look at Glen Powell.
Okay.
But they're both god-awful and should never be watched by anybody. It's like, would you like this piece of turd that smells really bad, or this piece of turd that smells a little worse?
Nice.
I don't want either pieces of turd, Jim.
Well, you know what? We didn't get the name Film Love.
No, we didn't.
We got the name Film Rage.
It's just ridiculousness.
And I get to have something exciting because guess what? Bryce did not do his job.
I want to actually, you know what I want to put forward?
Nope. it's
In
not
theaters,
the
and you got to be able to find it on a DVD. It's had to have a DVD release because I guarantee this thing never even made it to DVD.
How would you know if it had a DVD?
Just look it up.
How would you know? Okay, I'm grabbing from the listener's dare bag.
Good for you.
Oh, wow. Do you think this one has a DVD release? It's called Werewolves on Wheels.
Sweet.
There's no way that had a theatrical release either.
Sounds fun.
I know, right? Man, our listener's dare bag
It's
just
on.
keeps getting
It's on
better.
Tubi. I'd watch it.
I
Is
hope
it-
it's on Tubi.
Maybe it did have a release. It's from 1971.
Yeah.
Wow, there you go.
Hey, that would be why I never heard of it. I don't know how the heck you're gonna find it.
Yeah. Well, if I can't, then I'll have to watch something else. Maybe I'll watch a Wakefield Project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have a double week.
I would imagine that if it was released in 1971, there was no straight-up video, so it had to
No.
play somewhere, right? So it definitely had a theatrical
Yeah, the
release.
movies that old usually you can find for free in places.
Yeah.
Like maybe on YouTube, or if we're lucky, I can find it on Tubi.
Yes.
Tubi-tastic.
Yeah, it did 265 grand in 1971.
That's good money back then.
Yeah, that's certainly a lot more than 10,000 divided by 8,
It sure is.
right?
True.
Huh.
I kind of want to watch this now.
Well, maybe we'll watch it together.
This
remember
looks
that-
excellent.
maybe
What are
the-
why are the listeners giving you gems like this? This looks like the greatest movie that's ever. This gang thought it was tough
Till they met werewolves?
till it found a new type of hell, the Bride of Satan.
Oh,
That's the
There
tagline.
you
Come
go.
on.
Guess what? It's on Tubi and on Plex.
Nice.
There
Oh,
you go.
Jim is a lucky boy.
There you go.
You know what? If you would just fill your bag, I might get some terrible stuff. But apparently our listener's dare bag of meh has returned.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, it might even be a listener's dare bag of Mondo.
This might be Mondo.
Yeah. Well, happy us for 250 episodes. Thanks, Ragers, for listening and making this as much fun as we can. Thanks to the extended Film Rage family, who you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey, our god of rage, from the Nudie Photographer, for the voice of Rage or Dare. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. We're always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, or send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, please, 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 pretty please, 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 don't make us rage. That's it for this week. 250 episodes later, rage on.
Rage on.